Alright, in this tutorial we are going to show you how to get from your completed design to get some drawings for that design. So you could just, this view that we have right now is the design view, right? It gives you a general overview of the model. You can get some general forms of colors. You can even align your things up if you press this home button over here, or if you press one of the corners in the cube. That's aligning the thing up in an isometric view, and in a pinch you can press Windows Shift S, which will get you into a crop view, and you can just select part of your design like that. Or you can press print screen, and you can crop it in like a word processor and get your image, and you can paste it for a very basic design. You could use this to show like your construction steps because it's very fast. And then we've also shown you can put it into a renderer where you get very high-tech, very accurate looking visual effects, especially all the light emissive stuff like these heat bars over here, how they're going to affect how the light shines off other parts of the object. Now, the next thing we're going to do is drawings. So over here in this tab, let's say I've finished the design and I've saved it. So you have to make sure you've saved your design. Over here in this top left-hand corner, you're going to press Drawing, and you're going to press Drawing from Design. Press Drawing from Design. Then you have some features over here. The contents, let's put the visible only content, so it's not going to have like this big part we had at the top here that I used to like cut out this, I think the feet or something like that a while ago. All these settings are fine. Size A3, that size is fine, and we press OK. And then Fusion 360 is going to start to load up the drawing menu. Depending on your device, this may take some time because it has to like load it up. And you are greeted with this page over here. This is a page with a border on the outside. You have a title block down the bottom. You have like your name, the date, the name of the file that you have. You also, as you're dragging your object around, you have like a low-res version of your drawing. You click it somewhere. So that's where you're going to put, that's the base, the foundation of your drawing. Now over here, you have some options. You can choose that orientation, so this will be the front view, or you can maybe want the left view. And as you change it, this is going to be your primary view. Right? All the other, if you think of orthographic projection, all the other projections are going to be based off this particular drawing. You might want the back or the front, and this is based on how the design saw that particular shape. So let's just say this is the particular side I want. This over here in my drawing is considered the front. My scale is 5:1. It's going to try to pick a default scale. You can also adjust that. You can choose your style. Over here I can show visible edges. Maybe I want to show hidden edges as well. You can also do shading, but for the full technical drawings, let's just go visible edges only. Let's tangent edges off, and let's just press OK and see what happens here. So I press OK. The drawing... Ooh, what happened there? Why do I have that big part at the top showing? That doesn't make sense. All my other body parts are showing. Do I have to hide... Oh, I still have my junk folder open. The one that was all the other stuff that we removed. So over here, this is the basic of this is the basic shape of my toaster. All right, then we need to do some other views as well. So what we're going to do is we are going to press projected view over here. And automatically, this is our base view. As you drag the mouse left, top, side, it's going to do that projection. So I can go over here, I can do that view, I can do this view, I can do that view, and I can do that view. And then I can press the tick button, and now it is loaded up all those different views of the toaster. And I believe I can move, you can move your primary view around. If you need to move your objects around, you have to move your primary view around, and then you can move the individual, like you can't move this left and right because it has to line up with the primary view. Alright, so I have this. So this over here is the basis of my toaster. I'm not going to spend more time aligning it because we're on a video. Alright, then we can start to add some features. We can add over here, we can move things, we can rotate things, we can draw particular objects, I believe, like center lines and angles and whatnot. You're going to be using this one the most. You're going to be using dimensions. So if we have dimensions and I click something, let's say I want to see the dimension of this radius over here. I click that, and that's the dimension. I believe this toaster was tiny as that was 2.8 millimeters. So in my actual design, I would have to scale it up, but we will get to that. You don't have to do that yet, just yet. You can also, let's say you want to find a linear dimension. So I want to find distance between this line and this. I want to find the maximum width of my toaster. So I probably want between this point and this point over here. And so then I can bring that out, and it automatically does the dimensioning. So 16.42. We have this line over here. Notice how it's not touching, like how your drawing line's not supposed to be touching. And this over here, these triangles in the right dimensions as well. If you just press this default dimension, it's going to try to pick which dimension you want. Right, so if you pick a line, it's going to try to give you the dimension of that line. If you just pick, do I have any radius? I already put here, I put a circle. If you put like a radius like over here, it's going to try to predict that it's a radius. If you want something specific, then you have to pick it. So if you specifically want an angular dimension, oh, that line I guess is at an angle. If you want an angular dimension, you have to specifically pick the things you want. So many radiuses. Okay, so now let's make another page. This time, let's put in an isometric view. So I just did it down the bottom. I just made a new page. So notice how it says here sheet number 2 down the bottom. It's hiding behind the toaster, but sheet number 2. And this one I want to do isometric. So over here, instead of doing front, top, left, right, let's do isometric. So isometric, southwest, no. Is this the better one? No. Maybe northeast. There we go. So that's the isometric view I want. And again, I can pick the scale for this particular isometric view. Let's say I want it to be 3:1. I want it to be 3:1. Again, let me press that. Oh, it's larger because my original model is tiny. I get you. Yeah. That's just because the scale of my model was off. So this over here is in isometric, and when I press it, it's not going to look amazing. You can press it and then press OK, and then again we got to hide all our junk bodies, and then you can get that image, and yeah, it's okay. But we can also do, I believe, how do we change it? Right-click, edit view. Is that the one? Okay, right-click, edit view. We can change it. Let's say for this particular one, I want it to show the shading. Right, I want to do an isometric view like this. Do I want to do? I could do hidden lines, but it's a bit of a mess for this particular design. But depending on your design, you might want to show hidden outlines. But so let's just do that. I don't even know what interference edges means, but okay. Then I'm done, and I can press close, and there you have. There's your isometric view. Now this is shaded, so it's not going to be as good as the rendering, right? But it will give you some basic colors on your design. You can also fill out all these individual title blocks by, how do you do that again? I believe you write text. You can fill this out with the words you need in here. Yeah. And you can fill that out. And then, so let's say you have this image, this lovely image over here. You can export it as a PDF, or you can also export it as a drawing file. So that could be pasted into like a Word doc. Actually, both of these could be. You can export as an SVG, which is like the X and Y coordinates, I believe, of everything. You can also export it as a DXF. I think you're going to be basically doing yours as a PDF or a drawing, but let's say export it as a PDF. All sheets, press OK. Yeah. Alright, let's say I save it into that file over there. And then, do I have this open somewhere? Over here, yep. Over here, if we open up that Smeg Toaster PDF file, there we have it. We have these lovely high quality PDFs outside of Fusion 360, which is what you want. This is going to be better than a screen pick prop, because these over here are A3 sheets, and so you could send this off to a plotter, a printer, a manufacturing company, whoever you're sending it to. but it's the high res version of those images. And that's how you're going to be exporting your drawings, and then in your particular cases you'll put into your report, but you can do anything you want with those particular exports.